Ciao, everyone. Nice to see you. Welcome to our al fresco story time. It is a beautiful sunny day, and I'm hoping that it's the same when you get to watch this. For this week, when we get together, we're going to be talking about this guy, or these creatures right here. This is a really cool picture of a bat. So we'll talk a little bit more about that in just a few minutes. We'll learn about what all these different parts are of his body. But before we do that, let's start with our song, okay? And remember, we're doing it with our sign language, so it's hello and friends. Hello, friends. It's time, point to your wrist, to say hello, okay? Really simple. I like this song. Hello, friends. Hello, friends. Hello, friends. It's time to say hello. So, hello, ciao. Now, speaking of ciao, the Italian word for hello, and we're going to talk about that a little bit later too. It's kind of a multi-purpose word. Let's bring our friend out who lives in this picnic basket. Normally our story time takes place outside. That's why we call it our al fresco story time. And we have our special friend, Mr. Fresco, who lives in this basket. And he would like to come on out and say hello to you. Ciao, ciao, everyone. Nice to see you on this beautiful sunny day. Beautiful day. Well, it's nice to see you too, Mr. Fresco. We're going to be talking about these guys today. Oh, and I'll be willing to bet that you brought a new Italian word for us today. Will tell us the name of this guy. I did. Hold on a second. All right, let's see. Oh, there's his beautiful shiny bag. I'll put his basket down here. Move him over because I think he probably wants to learn a little bit more about this creature. And I checked these. Italy has a lot of bats, as we do here in the United States. And they encourage bats in their yards because just like here, they eat lots and lots of bugs, mosquitoes especially. So the Italian people who like to dine al fresco love it when the bats are flying around their yard. So here is a picture of a bat. And the way you pronounce bat, the way you say bat in Italian is pipistrello. Pipistrello. That is a bat. And you can see, or I hope you can, this pipistrello is munching on something. It's a mango. So this must be a fruit bat. And I'm going to read you a really cute story in just a minute about a bat who eats something else other than fruit. So pipistrello is the Italian word for bat. Right over here. Okay? Let's keep our bag here. This is pretty handy to find our Italian words. Okay, so our first book that we're going to read is called Good Night, Bat, Good Morning, Squirrel by Paul Meisel. Let's see what happens in this story. Bat needed a new home. I wonder why. I wonder if something must have happened to his home. So he goes to this bat and he asks if he could come and stay there, and the bat says, he tells him, I lost my home. Can I stay with you? Said Bat. Oh, sorry, we already have too many bats, the old bat said. Can you see them all here? Hanging upside down. That does look like quite a crowd. So Bat flies off to continue to check for a home. I lost my home. Can I live here? Said Bat. Well, yes, you can, but I might eat you, said the fox. Oh, okay, no thank you. I lost my home. Can I share yours? Asked Bat. Look who he's gonna room with. Yikes. No way. Bats are stinky. Please go away, said the skunk. Well, my goodness. He's one to call somebody else stinky, huh? So Bat had to continue to look for a home, and he searched high And he searched low, and Bat searched everywhere in between. Oh my goodness, where would be a good place to live? Then he spotted something. See what he sees? Do you know what those are? Looks like just a pile of leaves. And that pile of leaves, or the clump of leaves and sticks, had a small opening with a cozy home inside. Oh, that does look comfortable. Next time you see a squirrel's nest, I want you to think about maybe, what if the squirrel's in there with a blanket and a pillow and kind of, a sheet and a few acorns around for a snack. Bat could even hang from one of the twigs at bedtime. Oh, this is perfect, thought Bat. So Bat gathered up some bugs for a snack for later. Then he hopped up on a twig and fell fast asleep. And there's his snack for later. Very colorful, but I wouldn't want to eat one. Squirrel was dreaming of nuts, like delicious nuts, and crunchy nuts, and snoring nuts. When Squirrel woke up, she was startled to discover that a bat was sleeping upside down. "Excuse me, this is my house," Squirrel said to Bat. And Squirrel actually went over and shook the bat a little bit. "I'm going out to hide acorns. Please leave before I get back." If you look at Squirrel's face, it doesn't look very welcoming, does it? But Squirrel had a feeling that Bat wasn't listening. To be on the safe side, Squirrel left a note. You can see, again, in her nest, she just happened to have a pencil. She's going to write it on. Tell what that is. A big leaf. That's a good idea. At dusk, Bat woke up and found the note. It says, "Dear Bat, bug off. Sincerely, Squirrel." Oh, Squirrel doesn't like bugs on her bed, thought Bat. See, so he read that note and thought it meant take the bugs off my bed. So he piled the bugs in a corner and wrote Squirrel a polite reply, and then took off for bug hunting. Bats are nocturnal. Do you know what that means? I bet you do. It means they sleep during the day and hunt at night. Here's the note that he left. It says, "Sorry about the bugs. See you later, Bat." I like this. He put a little smiley face on his note. Squirrel came home a little while later, ready for a good night's sleep. "See you later," she thought. Well, we'll see about that. Before climbing into bed, she hung a new note outside near the opening. "Dear Bat, Bat not welcome. Sincerely, Squirrel." We'll talk about this in just a minute, but I want you to look at where that bug is right there. Hunting mosquitoes and hoppers and stink bugs all night made Bat tired. Oh, he couldn't wait to curl up on his twig. When he got back to Squirrel's house, he saw the new note. "Dear Bat, Bats welcome. Sincerely, Squirrel." Do you remember what word was underneath that bug? Not. The Bat didn't see it. Aw, what a nice friend, thought Bat. So he wrote a note back to Squirrel. Hi. Thanks for the warm welcome, Bat. Signed, Bat. Look at Squirrel. He's starting to look a little frustrated. "Again?" said Squirrel when Bat snoring woke her up. Before she left for another busy day, she wrote her most forceful note yet. What do you suppose she would say to Bat? I don't know. Very forceful means pretty strong words. Oh, this is a strong note. Dear bat, leave my house. Sincerely, Squirrel. Oh my. Bat woke up. Oh, and he stretched. Squirrel's latest note was hard to miss. Bat smiled when he read it. Okay, he thought. In other words, he thinks he's just telling him to go out and go hunting. In the moonlight, Bat added more. Oh, wait a minute. No, it isn't. This word leave means to go away, but it also means leave. So in the moonlight, Bat added more leaves to Squirrel's house. It nearly doubled in size. Bat was exhausted after that long night of work. Before he fell asleep, he wrote a note to Squirrel, though. I leaved your house. Hope you like it. Signed, Bat. Huh? Thought Squirrel when she read the new note. This bat is batty. Before she left the snoring bat to find nuts, Squirrel thought she would write one very last note. You see what she's writing it on? Do you know what that is? It's a mushroom. Oh, and that is not a happy face. Outside, she noticed all the new leaves. That's pretty nice, thought Squirrel. The note she left. Dear Bat, scram, adios, goodbye. Bat woke up at sunset. He didn't see Squirrel in her bed. Ski-ram, adios, goodbye, read Bat. I wonder why Squirrel left. So Bat flew off to find her bugs. Meanwhile, Squirrel sat on a stump. She was sure that her last note made Bat leave. But then she started to miss him. He did fix up my house, thought Squirrel, and he does write very nice notes. While catching bugs, Bat thought about how lonely it would be without Squirrel, because he thinks the Squirrel was saying goodbye to him. He started to miss Squirrel. Bat flew back just as Squirrel came home late. You didn't leave, Squirrel shouted happily. Oh, you didn't either, shouted Bat. Want to come inside? I'll teach you my favorite game, said Squirrel. Well, sure, said Bat. See what the favorite game is? Tic-tac-toe. And I like what they're using for their X's and O's. They got some acorns and some bugs. How appropriate. Bat and Squirrel played tic-tac-toe until sunrise. That was fun, but I'm sleepy. Bat yawned as he hopped up on his stick. Good night, Bat, said Squirrel. Good morning, Squirrel, said Bat. See you later, said Squirrel. But Squirrel had a feeling that Bat wasn't listening. I think he's already asleep. I think so. So Squirrel decided to leave one very, very last note. Dear Bat, welcome to our house. See you later. Your friend, Squirrel. I'm glad they worked it out, aren't you? I love the end pages on this book. Isn't that cool? Lots of leaves and bugs and acorns. The ground kind of looked like that this morning. Was it like that at your house? Very windy yesterday. All right. Well, thank you, Paul Meisel, for writing that story. That was a good one. Okay, so let's take a look at a bat. Now, this is not, as you can imagine, not a picture of a real bat, but it has all the parts that real bats have. For example, first of all, it says bats have, and so we're going to talk about the different parts of the bat. And then it said bats are mammals. That means they're warm-blooded and they give birth to live young and then feed them. So let's see, what have we got here? Bats have teeth. How about you? Where are your teeth? Yep, right here. And you can see there are bats' teeth. I think probably there are lots more teeth inside. So bats have teeth, just like us. Let's see, what else? Fur. So a bat, on the outside part of its body here, doesn't have feathers, even though it does fly, it has fur. It has, let's see, what else? Wings. Wings. Do you have wings? No, you have 2 arms, but they do not have the webbing underneath or feathers to help you fly. But bats do. We have some webbing right here. Helps them glide through the air. I think we'll put this one right here. Bats have wings. All right. Oh, interesting. Fingers. Do you have fingers? Sure. 5 on this hand, 5 on this hand. Yep. Well, bats have fingers as well. These things right here are called their fingers. Right here. Interesting. All right, what else? Eyes. Where are your eyes? Yep, right here. Bats have eyes as well. Now, I'm sure you know, or maybe if you don't, I'm going to tell you now, bats have not great eyesight. So how is it that they can fly around at night? Well, they use something called echolocation, which means they send out this sound, and when the sound hits something, it makes a noise, and it bounces back to the bat, and then the bat follows that noise, or hears where that beep is, kind of like Marco Polo. And that's how bats manage to be such good hunters. Ears. Well, I never really thought about it before, but bats do indeed have ears. Just like we do. 2 ears. Oh my, thumbs. Who knew? Bats have thumbs. There's one right here and one right here. That helps them to grasp things with their wings, hold on tight to a branch. And, whoops, claws. Do you have claws? No, you have fingernails, but they're not claws. Claws are sharp, and they're on the end of their fingers like this, which again helps them to grasp things. So there's their claws right there. So there's all the different parts that the bats have. I want to show you a cute little poem now that I have. I have 2 friends I'd like you to meet. This guy right here is Dimitri, and this guy right here is Dave. So Dimitri and Dave, 2 little bats. All right, 2 little bats were hanging in a cave. One named Dimitri and one named Dave. Fly away, Dimitri. Goodbye, good hunting. Fly away, Dave. So they're gonna fly around all night and catch those mosquitoes and bugs and things. Fly back, Dimitri, and fly back, Dave, back to their cave to rest for the day and go back out again at night. Bye, Dimitri and Dave. And they have, I don't know if you can see, but they have a fur on their body. So let's sit down there. Okay. This book is such a cute story. I love this book. It's called Bats at the Library, which I guess that would be one reason why I would love it, because they go to a library. But Brian Lees wrote this story, and he did such a good job with it. I think you'll like it. Plus the pictures are beautiful. There's the first page, Bats at the Library. Another inky evening's here. The air is cool and calm and clear. We've feasted and fluttered and swooped and soared, and yet, we're still a little bored. Oh, before we go any further, you'll notice a little piece of paper in here. There's something special on that page that I want to point out to you that I thought was very clever of this author, and I didn't want to forget, so I put a marker. All this sameness leaves us blue and makes us ache for something new. Then word spreads quickly from afar. A window has been left ajar. Do you know what ajar means? That's a fancy way to say open, just a little. Oh, can it be true? Oh, can it be? Yes! Bat night at the library. Woohoo! So guess who left their window open? And there they go. The sky is lively as we race together toward our favorite place. Eager wings beat autumn air. Look, that's it. We're almost there. I also thought it was interesting. If you look at this library, it almost kind of looks a little bit like our library. Then squeeze together, wing to wing, we rocket through the opening. And you can see right here, there's that window that someone left open. We've waited for this night all year, but this is it at last. Woohoo, we're here. And there they are inside. Inside doesn't look quite like ours. Looks like they have some stairways. For most old bats, this isn't new. They've got lots of things to do. They'll flutter off and lose themselves among the books lined up on the shelves. I think the old bat was wearing glasses. Other bats, in munchy moods, will study guides to fancy foods or hang out by a lamp instead to talk about the books that they've read. They have their own little book club over here. But little bats will have to learn the reason that we must return. The ones who haven't come before have no idea what's in store. Oh, we're getting close to that special page. Some of them will drift away to figure out a game to play, like shaping shadows on the wall or wingtip tag around the hall. What is it that they've made? Oh, I see. Looks like a man's face. There's his nose and his mouth and his whiskery chin. It's kind of funny. This big box is loads of fun. Uh-oh, we found the copier. Blasting brighter than the sun. Instead of copying books from shelves, we can duplicate ourselves. Look what they did. They took some crazy pictures of themselves. Doesn't matter where you look, there's nothing like a pop-up book. Ah, that does look like a fun one. Look at that. Do you ever read one of these pop-up books? They're so cool. The fountain water's nice and cool and makes a splendid swimming pool. Please keep it down. You must behave. This library's not your cave. I think they're getting a little rambunctious. Isn't that a great word, rambunctious? We're there. We're at the special page. Now, let's see if my cameraman can figure this one out. So you can see, let me take this off so you get a better look at the page. So, anything you notice about this picture? When I first looked, I thought, well, why did the author do that? Because he also made the pictures. Look at this. For heaven's sake, the picture's upside down. Why would he do? Wait a minute. Look at the bats. They're hanging upside down. So of course the book would need to be upside down, because if they're upside down and this is upside down, it's right side up to them. I thought that was very clever. I love that. It's hard to settle down and read when life flits by at dizzying speed. I can identify with that, but story time is just the thing to rest a play-exhausted thing. It's like when you settle down at the end of the day and share some books with your family. And there they all are, enjoying their story. And if we listen, we will hear some distant voices drawing near. Louder, louder, louder still, they coax and pull us in until, what's going to happen? Everyone, old bat or pup, has been completely swallowed up and lives inside a book instead of simply hearing something read. That's a cool thing about a book, isn't it? You can pretend you're right in that magical world. That looks like a cool place to be. Whoa, they're having some weather. Good night, moon. I bet you've all heard that story before. For a bat, good night, sun. That would be when they would go to sleep. Make way for duckling with Officer, I don't know, do you remember? What was the officer's name? I don't remember. Some really cool things in here. Breathless, lost within the tale, no one sees that the sky grows pale. I know that guy, Peter Rabbit. And Stuart Little. Little Red Riding Hood. Alice in Wonderland. All kinds of great stories they shared. And if the sky is getting pale, pale means light. Do you know what that means? Sun's coming up. What is that light? A lamp? A moon? Our bookish feast can't end so soon. It feels as though we've just begun, but now we leave our books half done. Head back to that open window, everybody. Time to go. Through the window and into the sky. It's much too late. We've got to fly. But maybe a librarian will give us bats this chance again and leave a window open wide to let us share that world inside. What do you think? The librarian did it on purpose? I'd like to think she did. But for now, we'll dream of things that we've read. A universe inside each head. Every evening, one and all will listen for that late night call. Can it be true? Oh, can it be? Yes, it's bat night at the library. There they go. To have another adventure. Oh, isn't that just a great story? I love that one. He did such a good job with that story. And not only did he write a great story, he drew all those wonderful pictures. So I hope you enjoyed that story all about La Pipistrello. Okay, let me show you before before I leave today. If you enjoyed the story time and you'd like to do a little craft, you could stop by the library and you could have your family call and arrange to come to the library. We call it curbside pickup, and you can pick up a little kit like this and take it home. We've got enough for everybody, and inside there are some directions to tell you what to do. There are some pieces of paper, black piece of cardboard, cardstock they call it, a little piece of white paper, and a piece of black paper that's folded and has something drawn on it. You see what that is? I don't know if you can tell. This is the wings. Oh, and of course, your bat needs eyes. So there'll be just a couple eyes in your bag. All right, so let's see, what do we have to do? Oh, and then you will need to find around your house, and I bet you have them, a pair of scissors and some glue. Or a piece of tape would work as well, okay? So you're gonna take your piece of cardstock, that's a stiffer piece of paper, and you're gonna put some glue right on the edge. I just ran a line of glue right on here, just push it down. And then I'm gonna roll it like a tube, looks like that. Now you're gonna wanna hold on to it for a minute, let that glue grab on a little bit. So you have something that looks like this, okay? So that's that. Then what you need to do, this is a tube, we're going to cut out our bat wings, okay? So here's the cool thing, if you leave your paper folded, you won't have to cut two bat wings, you'll just cut one and you'll get two, watch. Cut like this. This is a little bit tricky cutting, so if you need to, you can ask a big person to help you with this part. Okay, one wing, two wings. Now, for this one, just because I want my wings to stick out a little bit more, I'm going to separate them so I have two separate wings, okay? And I'll show you something. If you take the edge of this and fold it just a little bit like that, and then once again, put your glue on. I'm going to put one on this side. And one glue on my fingers. This side. What do you think, cameraman? Does that look pretty even? Good? Okay. So there we go. Our bat has wings. Then we're going to have some black paper left over. Make some ears for our bat. They're just kind of little pointy ears. So I'm just going to take my scissors and snip off the corner. And because I left the paper folded, 2 ears. Same thing. You can put it on the inside. I like to do it that way. That's 1 ear. And 2 ears. So now our bat can hear when he sends out that echo sound. He'll be able to hear it come back because he has very good hearing. Sight's not so great, but he has good hearing. And then what we're going to do, oh, wait a minute, that's the last part. To make some teeth. And you can see, again, it's a pointy triangle. So this paper is not folded, but that seemed to work pretty well, so I think I'll fold it again. And down like that. Oh my, these are going to be some big teeth. Put a glue on it. One tooth. There's the other one. Oh, he's starting to look a little ferocious. And then, because he does need to be able to see a little bit where he's going, let's give him some eyes. You have to think of a name for your bat. I love the names of these bats over here, Dimitri and Dave. What would be another good name for a bat? I don't know. But there he is. He's made a bat, and he can fly off into the night to catch mosquitoes around your house. So, I hope you get a chance to stop by the library. You can pick up a kit and make your bat. If you get a chance to make it, come on back up to the library and knock on the window and hold it up and show me. I'd love to see what your bat looks like, or you can have your family take a picture and email it to me. I'd love to see them. So, have a wonderful week, everybody. I think the weather's supposed to be pretty nice this week, so we will continue to enjoy our wonderful fall weather autunno. And I wanted to, one more thing. Our friend, Mr. Fresco, has to leave now. And so I was talking to him today about this. And if when you leave, ciao is hello, how do you say goodbye? And he said, well, for heaven's sake, it's the same word. There are lots of phrases you can use, but you can also just say ciao, or sometimes, just like we do, bye-bye, you can say ciao, 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 everyone. Bye, Mr. Fresco. All right, take care, everyone. Stay healthy.